And we're back with another video. When we last left off, that thing out there was severely pissing me off with rear suspension issues. And I was going to sell it to my buddy and, well, long story short, I decided to keep it. I got way too much time and money into that thing to get rid of it for next to nothing. Plus, I'm going to need something to do for too long. I've been busy. Oh man, this thing right here. Whew. It had a small crack down there by the motor mount that I had to take care of. This over here in the corner, you can see where I welded those support plates. Originally, I had sanded this down too much. And over time, the vibration had just kind of cracked through all around where the weld was because it was sanded down too much. And if you guys remember, this used to have a whole huge triangle section that came right out here. And it had that big ass rack on top, which I had to box on. And I just don't like the looks of it. So I, well, as you can clearly see, hacked all that shit off. Redid the wiring. Cleaned up the wiring up here a lot. This was a mess earlier, but I got that cleaned up about as good as I'm going to get. Rebuilt new handlebars for it. These look so much better than those other ones did. Those other ones were just, you know what? They did the job, but I wanted something a little cleaner, a little bit more, I don't know, bobber, chopper looking. So came up with these bad boys. And let's see, what else did I do? All right, I re-blacked these out. I did the fork tubes. Got those done. Those are those stupid aluminum alloy. Decided the fender didn't look good blue because all this was black. And if you guys remember my shield from the last time, it's now half the size. So I wanted something to kind of hold the wires back, but I didn't want it as tall. When I test drove it, this had a high frequency vibration and it just sounded like a 1980s telephone. Just going down the road. I'm like, oh, no, we can't have that. So I welded these little rods in to keep that from happening, and it just so happens it makes a great zip tie point for my wires on the left hand side. So got that done. Got my little rubber condom on my switch there. These right here, I have always felt scrunched up on this bike. Always, since like the day I made it, and then the day I reinvented it, and then the day I rebuilt it. So I extended these out 3 inches here in the center. Just happen to have a piece of angle iron. Not quite as thick as the bar that was on it, but oh my gosh, it feels, whew, feels so good now. And that means I have to, over here on the brake rod right here, I have to extend that 3 inches, I believe. I think that's how the math works out. Say hi to Shop Cat. This here is the mayor's cat. The mayor lives right behind me, but the cat don't like being at the mayor's house. The cat likes being at my house. Hi, kitty. Come on. Yeah, it's a good kitty. Yeah, are you Shop Cat? Because we don't have a name for you. Huh? Yeah, that's my baby kitty. It's my baby kitty. Such a ham. You know what? Full of it. Eats all my food. Anyway. Oh boy. I ended up having to tilt the motor up with a washer. I don't know what happened. I took this for a ride and there wasn't something lined up, and it took the chain and it ripped the chain. I mean, it annihilated it and ripped it in half and twisted it when it got chucked off the bike. So I got everything lined up now. This happened when it was on that bike and I had torque converter issues, and the bike decided to drive off the stand and squish that. So I'm getting a new one of these. This is full of oil because I've had the motor tilted up doing some work on it, stuff like that. Let's see what else here. Polished up my little company name there. I'm gonna get some clear coat on that because every time it rains, well, you know it rusts. Obviously, these pedals are going. These pedals are not staying on here. I got some new metal ones that are shiny black that are coming in. I cracked my license plate holder, so I got a new license plate holder coming in. And oh, this is new. Normally I got that spring-loaded tensioner, and those, if they're not perfectly done just right, they'll cause you hassle. So I just decided, I made these for the last 2 bikes I built, and I'm like, you know what, F it. Let me just make a sliding tensioner, and then kind of see where I this bike's been chopped on and welded so much. It is a work in progress. You know, the one thing I've never showed you guys is how bright these little turn signals are. These things will light up your world. Hold on a second, I'll show you. All right, look at that. These things are so bright, they will blind you during the day. But kind of gives you an idea. You know, it took me forever to figure out a couple years ago about how come when I turn both my switches on, that they would sync and flash. And God, it took me forever to figure it out. Because I would try to get them to alternate syncing, flashing, just because I was bored and had nothing to do. But I'm a dumbass because they sync in tandem because they're hooked up to the same winker box. So, anyway. Oh, you know what? When you guys get these, put LEDs in them. You definitely save yourself from breaking things. Like the stupid little incandescent bulbs, but you can see just how bright that little LED is in there. I think it's like 20 bucks for 20 bucks for a little bulb in there. But I think it looks pretty good. Got the dual headlight thing going. And of course, everything is powered by my Cobalt tool batteries. I actually have this bigger 6 amp hour one over here. And I blacked it out. I could have left it blue on this bike, but the other bike was, it could last quite a while. Anyway, guys, it's almost midnight. It's been a long few days, and I just wanted to catch you guys up. We will be doing more videos on this out here. I'm going to do a little work to it. If nothing else, I may not try to reinvent the suspension in the rear. I might just weld the lower plates solid and then leave the shocks in for looks until I can engineer something better for it. But alright guys, I've ran my mouth long enough. You guys got better things to do with your life than listen to me. So we will see you on the next video.